People ask me often, what kind of architecture do I like? What kind of architecture do I design? And I take that question and I go back to something that my mother told me when I was very young. She said, don't pretend to be something that you're not. And I've thought about that statement many times through the years, what it means, how I apply it to my work. And for me, there are a couple of examples that clearly illustrate why it's important to be genuine, why it's important to build things with integrity. Sales representatives come to my office frequently because of the different products that they manufacture, different products that I might use on my buildings. And one of them was a sales representative of a vinyl siding company. And as he was talking about the product, he said, it has a real wood imprint. It looks exactly like wood. And I had to stop him because it doesn't look like wood if you really know what wood looks like. It's not something that I can imagine people wanting to go up and touch because it's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful piece of wood. Those kinds of false or fake products make me question what the purpose of the product is in the first place. The other example that I use frequently is shutters on buildings. When I look at an old building, the proportions of the shutter to the size of the window is key because the shutters had to shut and cover the window. When people build buildings today and they put shutters on the buildings, aside from the fact that the shutters don't shut, usually they're so ill proportioned that even if they could shut, they wouldn't cover the window. For me, when I look at buildings and I see that sort of bad proportion, it makes me think that somebody didn't really understand what the purpose of the shutter was in the first place. Those are the kinds of things I look for when I design buildings. Those are the kinds of things that I insist on when I design buildings, because when you build something, you're telling people who you are. When you knock on a post, you want it to be solid. You want it to feel strong. You don't want it to sound hollow. Why do we buy a real flower and not fake flowers? Why do we look for a real diamond and not a piece of cut glass? Those kinds of things, when they find their way into a building, a work of architecture, really make the work of architecture something special. They really make it valuable. There's an old saying, quality knows no substitute. And I agree. When you build something with integrity, when you build something with quality, it goes right back to what my mother said so many years ago. Don't pretend to be something that you're not. Be real. Be genuine. Those are the kinds of things that last.